Okay, today we're going to be talking about portable guitar amplifiers. I'm going to be giving you the pros and cons of various ones I've used over the years, what's available now on the market, as well as doing a head-to-head comparison of the two I currently own, the Danelectro Honeytone and the new X Mighty Lite BT. When you're looking for an amp in this category, the three things you really need to consider are price, size, and how they are powered. This Danelectro is available for $23.99 new in many colors. The new X is about $100. You might think that's not really quite a fair comparison, but when you shop used, which I highly recommend, the price on this comes down to maybe $60. And there are other amps that are kind of in the in-between range, like the Blackstar Fly. That one, there's an Anderton's demo from just a few months ago, December-ish 2023, comparing these various amps, and I thought the new X sounded better than the Blackstar, and the new X comes with a power supply. The Blackstar does not. Blackstar only has delay. This has 4 delays, 4 reverbs, tremolo, phaser, chorus, VOD, and a drum machine and a tuner. Yes, you have to use an app to access some of those deeper edits, but you only have to do it once, and the app is super user-friendly. It took me maybe like 10 minutes to dial in 3 presets, then you never have to use the app again. So if you're like app hesitant, I wouldn't let that stop you from looking at this over the Blackstar. In the higher price range, the Spark Go is like $129, and then you get into really higher quality stuff like the THRs from Yamaha, the Spark Mini, then you're over $200. Then I think you're into like a whole new category. So that's kind of the price range. I would not recommend the Fender Mini Deluxe, Mini Tone Master, Mini Twin. I've owned those before. There's a fake Marshall stack little thing. They all sound like this, and this is a lot cheaper. Those are like $50 to $70. Again, $23.99. Just get the Danelectro if you're gonna just want something really cheap. The Dano does not have any effects. Obviously no app, no tuner or anything. The benefit of it is it's powered by a single 9-volt battery. You can clip it on your belt and cruise around jamming if that's your thing. So that's a good segue into the power option thing. So I see a lot of people reviewing amps like this saying, oh, it's brilliant for my home, bedroom volume, office, whatever. And I'm thinking, why do you need a battery powered amp for your household or your office? So that's really the first question you've got to ask yourself is, do I need battery power? If you're going to be playing at home, I don't think you should buy one of these amps. Unless you live in like a 400 square foot apartment with a tiny desk and you need it to fit sitting on your desk, maybe, but there's so many better options that don't suffer the limitation of a 3-inch or 2-inch speaker or whatever these things have. You can get a Fender Champion 20, a Fender Mustang LT25, which I currently own. I've owned the Champion 20. I've owned the Roland Micro Cubes. You can get a Micro Cube. You can get a Cube 20X, 15X. They all sound infinitely better than these things and still are relatively small. And some of them, like the Micro Cube, you can power with batteries as well. The Yamaha THR series, ditto. They're bigger than this, but you can also power them with batteries and they sound way better. I'll link a video at the end where I'm playing a THR-5 in a jam setting with a drum machine, a singer, and a rhythm guitarist playing a bigger amp, and the THR sounds massive. I hope you'll agree. Again, it's getting into a different price point. But that brings me to the third category, which is size. The only reason I think you should buy one of these is if you have to pack it in luggage. There's really no reason not to get something slightly bigger like a THR-5, or if you don't want to spend that kind of money, Roland Micro Cube, under $100 used all day long. Sounds way better than this. No, you can't really fit it in luggage. THR-5, yeah, you could probably fit it in luggage, but not as easily as this. All right, that's kind of my general review. Let's listen to some sound samples here. I'll give some final comments on the other side. I'm going to be playing this Strat. For the clean tones, I'm going to be using the middle pickup, which is a Custom Shop Fender 69. For the dirty, the Duncan SSL-5 in the bridge. Again, not necessarily a fair comparison, but I wanted to show you what these really sound like. So I didn't set them up to sound alike. I set them up to sound their best. So like this is, in my opinion, like the best sounds you can get out of each amp. So for the NUX, yeah, I've got some reverb on because that's how it sounds best. The Dano doesn't have reverb, so that's just the way it is. All right, let's do that, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, as I hope you could hear there really is no comparison, but in a pinch, it's nice to have something like the Dano around, right? It weighs almost nothing, the single 9-volt battery, throw it in your backpack, keep it in the glove compartment of your car. You don't care what happens to it, right? And I think for more raunchy stuff, like if you're a slide player or maybe a blues harmonica player or something like that, it might be actually kind of usable. The other thing is, again, the price. It sounds exactly like a $23.99 amp, but pick one up used. I'm selling this one, guys coming over in a couple hours to buy it for 10 bucks. For 10 bucks, why not? Why not just have one of these lying around? Now, on the other hand, if you need something that's a little bit more serious, right, has some clean headroom, I think this NUX is pretty decent. I have a good friend who's a great player. He has great Fender and Vox tube amps, but he takes this little NUX, his, to neighborhood jam sessions, you know, with a large acoustic band. He's playing electric through this, says it cuts through the mix great and really fits in well. Again, the Dano, zero clean headroom, sounds pretty ratty as you turn up the drive, whereas with a digital amp, you can get a pretty chunky, you know, classic rock tone out of it, you know, good lead sustain. I have the reverb set very low, whereas if you crank the reverb or the delay, you could get some very David Gilmour-ish lead tones out of this NUX. So I would check out the NUX, but again, only if you need battery power, only if you need something that's going to fit in luggage or backpack or some very small space. If you have the ability to plug into power or you have the ability for more space, I think there's better options out there Again, the Roland Micro Cube, the bigger cubes, the 15X, the 20X, the Champion 20 from Fender is a home run of an amplifier. And of course, at higher price points, the Yamaha THR series is phenomenal. I also have a demo here comparing my old Yamaha THR-5 to the bigger THR-10C, and I actually preferred the THR-5. So definitely strong recommendation there on the THR-5. All right, folks, I hope that was helpful today. Thanks as always for joining me. See you next time.